She was never the fastest. She was never the strongest. She was never the loudest. But when Aitana Bonmatí stepped onto the pitch, the world stopped. In 2023, she won the Ballon d'Or, the World Cup, the Champions League, and every trophy imaginable. She was named the best female footballer on the planet. But behind the trophies, behind the glory, behind the applause, there is a story that nobody knows. A story of sacrifice, of loneliness, of a girl who was told she was too small and too quiet to ever make it. Today, Aitana Bonmatí finally opens up about her untold journey, and it will leave you speechless. Aitana Bonmatí was born on January 18, 1998, in a small town called Sant Pere de Ribes, near Barcelona. She was a shy, quiet girl who rarely spoke. While other children played with dolls, Aitana played with a football. Her father was a football fan. He would take her to watch Barcelona matches on TV. Little Aitana would sit with her eyes glued to the screen, watching players like Ronaldinho and Xavi. But when she told people she wanted to be a footballer, they laughed. Football is for boys, they said. You are too small, too weak, too quiet. But Aitana didn't argue. She didn't cry. She just picked up her ball and went to the park. She would practice for hours, dribbling, passing, shooting, all alone. Her mother once asked her, "Aitana, why do you practice so much when nobody is watching?" Aitana replied, "Because one day, everyone will watch." At 10, Aitana tried out for Barcelona's youth academy, La Masia, but there was no girls' team. She was told, "We don't have a place for girls here." She went home and cried in her room. Her father found her and said, "If they won't open the door, kick it down with your talent." Aitana didn't give up. She joined a local boys' team. She was the only girl on the pitch. The boys would push her, shove her, and mock her. But Aitana kept getting up. She trained harder than anyone. She would arrive 2 hours early and leave 2 hours late. One day, a scout from Barcelona saw her playing against boys twice her size. He watched her dribble past 4 defenders and score a goal with her left foot. He called Barcelona and said, "Sign this girl now." And in 2012, Aitana Bonmatí finally joined Barcelona's Women's Academy. She was 14 years old, and she had just taken the first step toward greatness. Joining Barcelona meant leaving her family. Aitana had to move to the city alone. She was just a teenager, living in a small dorm room, far from her parents, far from her friends. She would cry at night. She would miss her mother's cooking. She would miss her father's encouragement. But every morning, she would wake up at 5 a.m., tie her boots, and run to training. Her teammates would arrive sleepy. Aitana would already be sweating. She once told a friend, "I don't have a plan B. This is my only chance. If I fail, I have nothing." That hunger, that desperation, became her superpower. While others partied, Aitana trained. While others rested, Aitana watched videos of Xavi and Iniesta, studying their movements, their passes, their vision. She was not the most talented, but she was the most obsessed. At 18, Aitana was on the verge of breaking into Barcelona's first team. Everything was falling into place. Then, disaster struck. In a training session, she felt a sharp pain in her knee. She collapsed. The diagnosis, a torn ACL. Her season was over. Her dream was slipping away. She was told, "You might never play the same way again." Aitana went home and didn't speak for 3 days. Her mother sat with her and held her hand. "Aitana, you are not your injury. You are a fighter." Slowly, Aitana started her recovery. She spent 8 months in rehabilitation, doing the same exercises over and over again. She watched her teammates win trophies while she sat on the sidelines. But she didn't break. She came back stronger. She came back smarter. And in 2017, Aitana Bonmatí made her official debut for Barcelona's first team. The quiet girl from Sant Pere de Ribes had arrived. From 2017 onward, Aitana Bonmatí became a machine. She won everything: league titles, Champions Leagues, Copa de la Reina, Supercopa. But she was never the star. Everyone talked about Alexia Putellas, and rightfully so. But Aitana didn't complain. She worked. In 2021, Spain reached the Euro semi-finals. Aitana was the heartbeat of the team. In 2023, Spain won the World Cup, and Aitana was named the player of the tournament. She was also named the best midfielder in the world. And then, the biggest award of all. In October 2023, Aitana Bonmatí won the Ballon d'Or. She stood on that stage in Paris, holding the golden trophy. The entire world was clapping. But in that moment, Aitana was thinking about one thing. The 10-year-old girl who was told she couldn't play football. The 14-year-old girl who cried alone in a dorm room. The 18-year-old girl who thought her career was over. She looked at the trophy and whispered, "This is for every girl who was told she is not enough." After winning the Ballon d'Or, Aitana sat down for a private interview, one that has never been fully shared with the public. She said, "I have never told anyone this, but I almost quit football 3 times. The first time, when she was rejected by La Masia. The second time, when she was injured. The third time, when she was asked to compete against her best friend, Alexia Putellas, for the Ballon d'Or. I hated it. I hated the pressure. I hated the comparison. I just wanted to play football, not to be a symbol, not to be a competitor. I just wanted to be Aitana." She also revealed that she has been struggling with anxiety. She would sometimes freeze before matches. She would overthink every pass. She would worry about letting her teammates down. But she never told anyone, because she thought, if people know I am weak, they will stop believing in me. But today, she says, I am not weak. I am human, and there is strength in admitting that. At 26, Aitana Bonmatí is the best female footballer in the world. But she doesn't see herself as a legend. She said, "I am just a girl from a small town who loved football. I am no different from any other girl who kicks a ball in the park. The only difference is, I refuse to give up." She now uses her platform to fight for women's football, for equal pay, for better facilities, for more recognition. She said, "I didn't fight this hard just for myself. I fought for every girl who dreams of wearing a football shirt. If I can make it, so can you." Aitana continues to play for Barcelona and Spain. She is still quiet. She is still humble. But on the pitch, she is a warrior. And every time she steps on the pitch, she remembers her father's words. If they won't open the door, kick it down with your talent. Aitana Bonmatí didn't just kick the door down. She turned it into dust.